A young boy, caught in a rip current, is being pulled farther and farther from shore. About 100 yards out, barely keeping his head above water. A lifeguard leaps from his tower, sprints across the sand, and dives into the surf, fighting the pull, stroke by stroke, closing the distance. Then, just as he reaches the boy, the child disappears beneath the surface. Welcome to the Real ResQ Podcast, part of the Vertical Helicast family, right alongside the Hangar Z Podcast, the Helicopter Podcast, Valor Flight Crew Podcast, and Vertical MRO Podcast. You can discover all of these shows at verticalhelicast.com. Today's episode is brought to you by the unwavering support of Airbus, pioneering sustainable aerospace for a safe and united world. Check them out at airbus.com. Breeze Eastern, the world's only dedicated helicopter hoist and winch provider. Check them out at breeze-eastern.com. Switlick Survival Products, manufacturing the highest quality safety and survival products for the aviation, marine, and military markets. Check them out at switlick.com. And to help support this podcast, please feel free to go to the realresqstore.com and check out some of the great swag that we have. And now let's get into our next episode with our guest, who was in a rock band as a drummer. He is a devoted Lego fanatic and a proud comic book collector. Plus, he did a stint at being a lifeguard. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Will Cobel. My name is Jason Quinn. I am United States Coast Guard Rescue Swimmer number 500. These are my rescues and rescues from those of us that put our lives on the line every day so others may live. This is the Real ResQ Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real ResQ Podcast. I am psyched today because I have a Mr. Will Cobel with us. What's up, brother Will?
Hey, man. Great to see you.
Great to see you, man. So what's fun about this conversation that we're about to have is you and I work out in the gym together. And the cool part about it is that in our conversation, it was like hey, you run a podcast. And I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah. And that's kind of how it started. And from here, you mentioned you were a lifeguard back in the day.
That's right.
And I was like,
right.
What?
Well, it's funny because you're actually famous. You're famous for two reasons.
No chance.
You're this famous lifeguard. Yeah, I shouldn't say lifeguard, but you are. You're a rescue specialist. And then you're this great trainer. So somehow I connected the dots and I was like, I need to tell him I was a lifeguard once. And what's funny is you're like twice my height. So I was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, twins. Yeah. The two lifeguards.
I like that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Nice.
But yeah.
So where were you a lifeguard at?
I was on the coast of North Carolina. So
right on. Where at?
Just south of Wrightsville Beach.
Nice. Okay.
So right in that area, we're just below the Outer Banks, and it's pretty wild because the currents get crazy, major rip tides on some days. It's really wild. So it wasn't like sitting at a pool waiting on somebody to eat too many hot dogs and go, hey, I need some help. It was like legit. It was legit work. So
all right.
Really neat.
Well, I'm gonna dive right into it. Do you remember your very first rescue?
Yeah, I do, and it was very meaningful actually because
you know what? I should have jumped. I jumped the gun a little bit on that because you actually have one that you saw before that you were a part of, didn't you?
Yeah. So, I grew up in North Carolina for the most part, and always at the beach, always in the water. And one year we're doing our family vacation. I think I'm like 10 years old, and we're at the end of the island. So you've got the intercoastal that cuts through one of the barrier islands.
Yep.
And, where the ocean comes in and out, and the tide was going out. And even at 10 years old, I could judge the water, okay, tide's going out, be careful. And I'm sitting there playing in the sand and I hear help, help. And I look up and my father and his friend are dashing in. And this isn't like just normal water. I mean, it's major rip because there's there's millions of gallons just running out into the ocean because the tide is really going low.
Yeah.
And there's two people out there that are caught and they can't get in. And Pop runs right out there, grabs one of them, his friend grabs the other. And what was funny about it was, I'm kind of like, man, my dad's a superhero, it's cool.
That's awesome.
But the funniest part was the girl gets out of the water. She doesn't thank him. She goes, I need to go get stoned, and walks away.
Oh my.
And I'm scratching my head. I'm like, I know what marijuana is.
Oh my God, that's funny.
What's going on here? But that was the first rescue I ever saw, and truly they would have drowned. I mean, it was a legit. These people were in major trouble.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just fortunate that they weren't too far in the water. And my father was fresh; he hadn't been in the water, so he just right in and right out. So it was wild.
Oh my gosh,
it was crazy.
Dude, I'm trying to think of like that. For me, if I were to sit there and watch that for the first time, I would be in awe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in awe when I watch people do it now, even when I do it for a living. Are you kidding me? It's awesome.
Well, it was neat too, because, looking back, my pop didn't have any training. He just knew somebody who was in need, and he went in, and he was fortunate because, people do get in trouble when they're not trained, and then they try and help, and they're victims too. So yeah, it was very fortunate deal for everybody.
Now, was your dad all like jacked up and ripped up and ready to go? Like,
it's funny. He was always athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so fast, which is funny because, everybody said, oh, Will, you're so fast. My daddy will walk me down any day of the week. So, he's like right in the water, grabbing him, coming out, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the first one I remember.
All right. So what is the first one you were involved with?
So that was an interesting one. So at the beach where I was guarding, like I said, there's currents, there's all sorts of stuff that's always going on with the water. But that day it was really calm, but it was very windy, and it was pretty crowded. And so I'm really scanning. I'm the only one on my stand. Sometimes they paired us, and sometimes we're solo. And I was solo on the stand that day. And a lot of people in the water, so there's a lot of bodies to watch. And I just saw this young boy, and I knew right away. He was about 100 yards out, probably a little farther. And I would say he's about 5 years old, too young. And I don't know how we got out that far. I missed him going out. Wasn't a rip current, but he just couldn't swim anymore. And I got in, and I'm going. I'd radioed it in, hey, look, our code for rescue in progress, hit the water, get out there. And about 10 feet before I got to him, he went under.
Holy smoke.
And the water was murky. So in my mind, I'll never forget, I'm going, I don't know how I'm going to find this kid. And I just hope the current underneath doesn't rip him away. And I got to the spot, and I went under. And right as I was going under, he popped up with me. And his eyes, the deal. Yeah. His eyes were that big, and just terror in his eyes. And I handed him the can. I helped him. I was like, it's okay, let's just float, chill out. You're fine. I'm taking it, and he's crying. And it really impacted me. I was like, this job really makes a difference.
Oh my God, dude.
But the crazy part is, so I get him, I take my time. I'm trying to joke with him, pulling him in, it's just relaxed, nice day, trying to calm him down, get him up. And I was like, where's your mother and your father? He said, Mom's over here. So I take him over to his mother. She was in a book. She never saw any of it.
Oh my. Yeah. Oh, you're at the beach.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He's fine. Yeah. How old was the kid?
I'd say he was 5. I mean,
man, I don't know if my girls, at 5 years old, I think I had a pretty good eye on them.
That's what you think. And I was like, ma'am, you need to really watch your son. She's like, yeah. And she didn't realize how important it was. And she just let it go. And that was fine. I mean, the most important thing was he was safe, but
wow,
that was crazy. Yeah. So that really stuck in my mind. That's a big one.
That's awesome, dude. Well done, man.
Yeah.
First rescue ever. Yeah. So now before I get into like how you got into there, a couple things are going through my head right now. Is you said he was about 100 yards offshore.
I would say he was a good ways out because I even remember as I'm swimming out there, like, man, I've got to get there faster because this is
Yeah.
a ways.
So
And
but all right. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because like I think about my 100-meter swim, like
Yeah.
100-yard swim, right? And I can do it in. I mean, it's not slow by any which way, but I mean, you're talking like, let's put it at 2 minutes.
yeah,
I mean, that probably sounds really slow.
and I was probably slower because I'm half your height, so I don't have that kind of, the physique to get it there quickly, and that's why I was trying to keep my nerves down because I'm thinking this is going to be a long swim,
Yeah.
and I'm getting there and he's thrashing. I mean, it's textbook panicking and arms in the air and not swimming and not, he's a young kid. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh
like I
my
said, by the time we get
gosh.
there, he's under and I'm like, what am I going to do now?
Holy
And,
cow.
grace of God, he popped up as I popped up because I was going under. I was like, I got to find him,
Jeez, oh
So,
man.
yeah, that was wild.
So the other part about it is like as you're swimming out, which I totally get, is it's not you're not in the pool doing a standard like swim. Like your face is not in the water. You're looking at where you're going.
Yeah.
Plus you're battling with maybe a little bit of swell.
Yeah.
You got the float. You call it the tube. The what?
I call it a can. It's a
can.
buoy, the red.
Yeah. The thing says lifeguard on the front.
Yeah.
Also, I got it.
And
Yeah.
if people are having too much to drink, they're good to block them with.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Crazy times. But no, I mean,
That's awesome.
like I said, I was fortunate because that day it wasn't really, there weren't rips. It was pretty calm. The water was calm. It was just windy and the wind hadn't whipped up the water enough to really make a difference.
Yeah.
But, in your training, you always keep an eye on, who you're trying to save. And so
Yeah.
the whole time I'm doing my thing and I'm like, gotta get there, and then,
Dang, man.
so yeah, that was pretty
Dude,
wild.
that is awesome.
It was wild.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well
yeah.
done.
But most of them they're preventative, it's proactive,
Yeah.
a lot of saves. And we did a bunch. I mean, that the water there was really wild, like I was saying, but you anticipate and you see what's happening before they do. And you're out there in the water and they don't know why you're pulling them in or pulling them away from a rip or, what have you. So most of them are pretty just, whatever.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So
Bro,
anyway.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
We've been in the gym for how long together? And I've never heard any of these stories. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. So no,
That's
it's,
awesome.
it's cool to share because it brings back good memories too. It's good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
All
yeah.
right. So where are you from and how did you get into that? Like what brought you into that whole thing?
It's so funny. So I grew up in North Carolina, going to college at Chapel Hill, and a friend of mine there, he lives at the beach, and he said one day, he goes, "Hey, Will, you want a lifeguard at the beach?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sounds great." So I got certified, took my courses, got prepped. And then the funny part of it was Easter and I was down visiting him and we're hanging out on the beach. And literally I was eating a hot dog, drinking a beer. And somebody comes up and says, "Hey, the ocean test is today. Are you going to try out?" And I was like, "It's today?" Now, there's different levels of professionalism. I mean, you're the real deal. I mean, I'm a lifeguard.
Whatever,
It's
dude.
different, So I'm like, okay, it's April, and the water temp, I'm not kidding, was 63 degrees, so it's cold.
That's chilly.
I
Yeah.
just had a beer and I just ate a hot dog, and so
You are primed and ready, baby. Let's go.
and thank God I'd been training some before. I knew it was coming up in a few months, but I was thinking, it was the end of April. It's in May. I don't know how I got the dates mixed up, but we're both looking at each other going, right now?
Oh my God, dude.
So yeah, I went down to where we had to go, and the officer, we're part of the police department. He was there, and he's like, "Look, here's what you got to do." So I had to swim 100, 150 yards out. I can't remember. Swim up the coast. I think it was a quarter mile. Grab somebody there with the buoy, pull them back in, and then run down for time. So
right on. No,
it's
cool.
not bad, but
Yeah.
in 63-degree water.
That's cold.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
by the time I got out of the water, I could barely move because I'm in swim trunks,
Yeah.
But
And your buzz is already gone.
Oh,
Immediately.
man.
As soon as you hit the cold water,
It was like,
it's gone.
wake up, man. But it was funny too, because I had to save another lifeguard who was already part of the team. And he had a little attitude. So I got to him and I thought he was going to act like he was drowning. So I was going to do what you do,
Yeah.
No, he just grabbed the buoy and I was like, great, well, come on, I'll pull you in. And he starts pulling against the buoy. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He just looks at me and he's like fighting me for me swimming in. And I'm like, guy, what? I don't understand. And he's just looking at me and he's just pulling on the buoy. I was like, okay, whatever. So I just keep swimming and finally get him in. And I'm shaking my head. I'm like, whatever. So that was the ocean test after a beer and a hot dog. And
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was lucky I made it, but
You obviously made it within the timeline.
Yeah,
okay.
I made it, so probably not the fastest, but
that's funny.
it was good.
So what entailed training after that? So you make it through the test, and I imagine that you have to go through some sort of like a structured type training to be like, all right, this is how you do it. This is what you got to do, et cetera, et cetera.
So most of it was just physical training. I mean, we didn't have a lot of equipment there. It's a small beach town. It's all tourism dollars, and so we had literally, I think there were about 18 of us that were hired. 9 stands, I believe. And so we had 2 4-wheelers, 1 small Jeep. We each had a buoy and a whistle and a radio.
Huh. Okay.
We didn't have a boat. We didn't have a Kodiak. We didn't have anything. And I'll share more about that later. But so it was kind of, hey, watch the water, guys and gals, do what you got to do. And but as far as physical training as a team, most mornings we do a long run, hit the water, do a long swim, and then afterwards there were a group of us. We went surfing. So
yes,
literally every day there were waves. We'd surf until dark. So,
yeah, buddy.
It was killer, man. It was a great time.
Yeah, it's literally the definition of a beach bum.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you got the picture, but I shared a photo of where we stayed. And it was all serendipitous because as I was trying to figure out where I was going to live, one of the guys I knew in college, he said, hey, my dad's got this old beach house right down there. You can stay in it for $40 a month.
Oh my God.
And we called it the black hole. If you look at the picture, the screens are ripped.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's fallen down and there were 4 of us living in it. And the great story about that though is I did the lifeguard thing there for a couple years, great. And then that part of the East Coast gets hurricanes and I'm in my job, I've moved on to a professional career and I'm watching the news because in North Carolina, we're getting hit by a hurricane. And on national news, they show my house from the beach floating down the street. I'm like, that's the black hole, man. Where's it going?
That's hilarious and terrible all at the same time. Like, you're like, oh
yeah. Oh man, good memories are gone away, washed away.
Yeah. Something bigger and better has been built in its place for sure.
Oh yeah, you know it. So.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool though.
What a way to get into it. Now, did you just do this throughout your college career then?
Yeah, just college. And I loved it because I like, physical activity. I love the water. I'm a fish. I'm always in the water. Love to fish. Love to be on a boat. Even though I get seasick, it just
it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So, yep, that's it. But anyway, I can be near the water. So it really was a great thing to experience.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, really awesome.
I like that a lot. That's pretty badass. All right, so I'll tell you what, if you don't mind,
yeah,
because you were there for 4 years, what are some of the other stories that stand out to you?
We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors.
Airbus, Airbus provides the most efficient helicopter solutions to its customers who serve, protect, save lives, and safely carry passengers in demanding environments. Its civil and military helicopters are flying all over the world, making missions possible. Visit airbus.com for more information. Thanks to our sponsor, Airbus. Airbus provides the most efficient helicopter solutions to its customers who serve, protect, save lives, and safely carry passengers in demanding environments. Its civil and military helicopters are flying all over the world, making missions possible. Visit airbus.com for more information. Breeze Eastern. For over 80 years, Breeze Eastern has designed and manufactured battle-proven aerial rescue hoists, winches, and cargo hooks. Each product is carefully crafted to support demanding mission scenarios, ensuring the job gets done safely and efficiently. Visit them today at www.breeze-eastern.com.
And
Switlick. No mission is the same. Why should your suit be? Introducing a new custom dry suit experience. Choose your fabric, colors, neck and wrist seals, zippers, pockets, collars, and so much more. Intelligent measuring prompts ensure the most tailored fit. Brought to you by Switlick Survival Products. For more information, visit us at www.switlick.com.
There were some serious ones and then some funny ones. Do you want me to share the most serious?
You let it ride.
I
However
will,
you'd
man.
like. How's that?
So we usually at peak season would get there early in the morning. You get on your stand, you have an umbrella, whatever. You prep. Usually, what we did too for physical activity, we would build a jump mound because our stands were really high,
Okay.
and it helped.
Oh, a jump mound.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you jump down, you're jumping in kind of like some soft sand.
Soft sand, and it's it keeps the elevation a little less, so you could start running a lot faster.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so
It's not something I would have thought of.
yeah, so we'd do that, and we'd build really high jump mounds. But anyway, so we get our mounds, we get our buoy on the mound, get everything ready, so if something happens, we can sprint, we can roll. And so one morning, it was a weird morning, and I don't know how to describe it, but it was, again, sunny. Visibly, the currents weren't real strong. I
Okay.
mean, with riptides, you can see them. Once you know what they are, you can go down the beach, there's a rip, there's a rip, there's a
Yep,
rip,
yep. Hey, I see them here when we start walking along the beach and stuff. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
and they're not really that big here where we're at. But you know what? You see them. You're like, oh, yeah, there it is. There's a
Yep.
little rip. Okay, got it.
But, they truly were big.
Yeah. Oh, you can
Um,
see them. You can see that the wave definition where you can see the current going out and it makes those little peak waves
Yep.
on its way out.
Yeah.
It actually looks kind of like, I would say, a river going in the opposite direction from the regular tide and waves.
That's a great way to say it. And when they're really bad, usually they're carrying sediment.
Yes.
So they're
Yeah.
a different color,
Yep.
and when they're really strong, they go out a couple hundred yards,
Yeah.
if not farther. But at our beach in particular, they were very strong. But that morning was really weird because it was sunny, wasn't too windy, seemed like it was calm. And we had just gotten on our stands, literally just gotten on, and the radio popped off, rescue, rescue. And it was one stand down from us. And I was paired up with a buddy, and we looked over, and tragically, a body washed up right.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. A young boy, I think he was 8, if memory serves me right.
Oh, tough.
And so my buddy jumped down and he sprinted, and I paused, and you learn a little about yourself. I was kind of gobsmacked. I froze because I couldn't believe what I saw, and I was like, what do I do? And then I was like, no, wait a minute. Stay here, keep watching the rest of the area. He'll take care of it. We kind of split
Yeah.
duties. And then after a little while, I went down because it became there was another boy that drowned too.
Oh,
They were
man.
brothers. So it became more of a recovery operation.
Oh,
And,
bummer, man.
oh man, it was crazy. So I said the current seemed pretty calm, but I think there were about 12 of us went out, formed a line, and started diving, coming back into
Started
shore.
diving.
Yeah, we started, you form the line and swim a pattern trying to recover the body.
Yeah.
And so we're diving down, we're coming up, we're moving back towards the beach, coming in, and we couldn't find him. But when you swam down about 5 or 6 feet, the currents were just pulling everywhere.
Oh, no
And
way.
I'd never experienced that before, especially that close to the shore. Yeah, okay, riptide, no problem, but this was really weird. And what had happened was, sadly, was the family had come to the pier. There was a pier at the beach, and mom and dad were going fishing. And the boys were up there, and they got bored and tired, so they told their mother and father, "Hey, we're going to go back to the truck and go to sleep." Well, instead, they went swimming, and the parents didn't see them.
Oh,
And it
no.
was literally minutes before we got out there. Had we been on the stand, 15, 20 minutes earlier, we would have taken care of it. So big investigation, obviously, figure out, what happened, what we could do. But yeah, basically they just got in the water and couldn't deal with it. And they both drowned. And the toughest part for some of us, though, besides feeling so bad for the parents, was that the older brother, I think he was 11 or 12, we didn't recover his body for 3 days.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah, he surfaced about a mile out.
a mile offshore?
Yeah, I mean,
No kidding.
that's what I'm saying. The currents are crazy. Somebody, found him or spotted him floating in one of our guards. We didn't have a boat. I mean, that's our shoestring budget.
Yeah.
One of our guards, who is an ER doctor now, he's awesome, but he took a surfboard, paddled out to the body, and waited for the Coast Guard to come.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
I mean, it was hours, because there was miscommunication. There's all sorts of crazy things that happened, but it took a while, and he just floated out. They just kept going out. He was a couple miles offshore by the time Coast Guard got there.
No
But
way.
yeah,
Wow.
it was crazy. But they rescued or recovered the body, got him on the boat, brought him back in. But yeah, that was the toughest thing to deal with when I was guarding at the beach.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that, and I say it here quite a bit, is like, it's just part of what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
But what's good is I like the fact that you get to talk about it right now. I really do.
Yeah. And me too, because there really are things that everyone can learn from it.
Yeah.
Gotta watch your children. That's
Yeah,
rule number
right.
one.
Right.
Know the water.
Yeah.
Know what you're getting into, and just be aware. I mean, living at the beach like I did, you don't realize how much life is out there and how it changes, how the water and conditions move and just fluctuate. It's constant,
Yeah.
So, even living there, I'd come out the next day. I'm like, man, look at the conditions are so different today.
Oh, yeah.
So change
Yeah.
your approach and how you watch people, what you're doing, all of that. So
Dang, man.
yeah,
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's
Sorry.
definitely not fun. And, like the family as well. Yeah. I would say the majority of us that do this have had something like that, though.
yeah,
And it comes with the territory.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And what's interesting, at least from my perspective, is I was a kid. How old was I? 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot to digest and think about. But then I think really just about the parents. But yeah, you just gotta be careful. Knowledge is power, man.
Yeah.
Know about the water.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the things is I would say that's hard about that one too is like, and like I have kids. I can't tell you how many times that I said, or the girls had come to me and said, "Dad, we're bored. We're gonna go blank." I'm like, "Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, go have fun. Be careful."
Right.
Like even now, like my daughters are in their 20s, and I still like, "All right, cool. Have fun. Be careful."
Yeah.
Like every time we're together, like. I'm not asking if they're brushing their teeth anymore, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you're going out, you're going to do this. Be careful, and that's I think that's important. But that is a trust that I have given my children, and I would put that on others where they have given the trust to their children to make a decent decision. Bottom line is I could go on a soapbox with a lot of this stuff that we're talking about right now. And I won't. It's a learning curve. And there are a lot of people out there that I hope do their due diligence, and we know they're not.
Yeah.
But like when you go to the ocean and stuff, it's as crazy as it is, because I've had my own where you're like, you take it, or you take advantage of your lack of knowledge or what you don't know when it comes to some of the rescues and what the ocean can really do. Mother Nature is trying to kill you constantly. It's up to you to know how and why.
You reminded me of another save. I was off duty, and a friend of mine and I were just hanging out. We were near the pier, and I just happened to look up. The little boy's getting washed into the pier where all the pilings are, and he's flailing. His hands are up in the air. So I said, buddy, hang on a sec. So I just ran in and grabbed him,
Oh, yeah.
pulled him out. And the reason I bring it up is what you just said. So I pull him back in and I bring him up to the beach. His mom's right there reading a book. And I was like, hey, and she's like, what? Had no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Know the water, know the area. But the funniest part of that story, and this is crazy, she looked at us, me and my friend.
Yeah.
We're young guys. And we both looked at each other, and she started hitting on us.
Nice, dude.
I just saved your son. And then she asked us if we want to go back to the apartment. I'm like, what?
Let me say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that, I'll take cash instead.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're going to get into.
No,
man.
it's awesome.
It's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Yeah.
So you have another funny one too, don't you?
So this is to me, the funniest save I ever had. And so I'll set it up. I'm at the beach. I even remember the name. So we gave the stands names based on the roads they were off of.
Nice. Okay.
So the road was Spartanburg. So I'm sitting on Spartanburg stand with another guard, and we called him Junior Guard because we don't know how he got on the team. He couldn't swim. He wasn't the sharpest knife in the set.
Oh.
He just wasn't all there. So me and him are sitting there, and I'm watching the water. It was kind of towards the end of the day. There's not many people on the beach now. They're all going in to, have a barbecue or do what they do at the, late afternoon. And I see this family of 4, and we call them rafters. They're all on little floats.
Nice. Okay.
And they're all hanging out. And it's great,
Yeah.
But being proactive, I'm like, there's a rip. They're getting ready to go right into it. And so it's a mother, father, and 2 boys, right? And they've all got their own rafts. And I'm like, oh, this will be easy. I'm not even worried about it. And Junior Guard says, no, I'll take care of it.
Love it.
And I'm like, I screwed up in this case, but I said, yeah, go for it, man. Do your thing. I didn't radio it in because I'm like, this is going to be, there's no point. They're not that far out. He'll take care of it. So he runs out, he does his thing, he gets in the water, and he starts pulling the train. There's 4 people for him to pull in, He gives Pop the buoy.
Yeah.
Pop grabs a buoy on his float. Mom grabs Pop's raft. First son grabs Mom's raft, and second son grabs the other son's raft. So we've got a train, right?
On. Yeah. And he's swimming.
And he's swimming.
Oh my goodness.
So, these inflatable rafts, it's nothing but drag.
Yeah, totally.
You're not going to go anywhere. So Junior Guard's out there, and riptides run perpendicular to the beach, right?
Yeah.
They usually run straight out. So what does he do? He starts trying to swim straight in the rip.
That's mistake number 1. Like that's lifeguarding 101. You go parallel to the beach to get out of the rip, and then use the current to help you get in. Come on, man.
I know.
Oh, we'll pick on him all day long. I'm all about this. Yeah.
This is it. Well, it gets better. So I'm standing on the stand. I'm watching him, and I'm debating. I'm like, do I need to go in and pull this idiot in? And finally, I see he's slowing down as slow as he was going. I'm like, all right, I got to go in. But I still don't think it's that big a deal. So I didn't radio it in. Okay. So it's the end of the day. I don't want to cause a big stink. everybody's got a flotation device, whatever. So I go out and I hand the junior guard my buoy. So I'm now pulling 5 people, right?
Okay.
So I'm telling everybody, just relax. If you can, paddle some, but just the main thing is hang on to your raft. We'll get in, and I do the right thing. I pull us to go up the beach.
Yeah.
Get out of the rip, and then we'll come in. So I'm swimming, and I'm pulling, and all of a sudden, junior guard says, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what? I can't do it anymore. And I'm so mad and laughing at him at the same time. You idiot, just keep paddling, hang on then, just hang on and I'll keep swimming for you too now, Mr. Lifeguard. So I'm pulling all of these people in. Oh man, it was funny. So it felt like it took forever, but fortunately for me, I'm slow twitch. I don't have any fast twitch muscles, so I can swim all day. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it. So I'm just going and going, however long it takes. I finally get us out of the rip, get us to shore. He acts like he's dying, whatever. I'm like, I'm the one who pulled 5 people in, you knothead. But here's the funniest part.
Oh, that's great.
We're part of the police department, right?
Yeah.
So I look up, and there's a fire in a condo right behind our stand on Spartanburg. So
oh my gosh.
Part of the police department, I got to go and take care of a fire.
Oh my gosh. What?
I know. So I'm like, everybody okay? Everybody good? All right. See you later. So then I sprint, go up to the condo. There's curtains on fire, smoke coming out, and I'm not a firefighter, but I've got to help any way I can. I want to make sure everybody's okay. Is there anybody to pull out?
God.
So everything was fine. I think it was a barbecue or something. Somebody was grilling too close and the curtains flew out of the window, whatever it was. It caught fire and, it was taken care of. No injuries. But it was the funniest save, man. Junior guard, pulling a family, and then there's a fire. I'm like, all right, what's next? When's the earthquake coming?
Oh my gosh.
So that was the funniest one to me.
Yeah, well, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Jeez, man. This is why I love doing this podcast, man. I love these stories so much. Like with everything that you did, I'm actually surprised you even you left it. Like I get you're going to college and you on your way to your new career and probably make much more than a standard lifeguard would make. Sorry, lifeguards. But
$5 an hour or whatever.
Yeah. But it kind of surprised me that, because you caught a bit of the bug.
Yeah.
That search and rescue bug, loved every minute of it.
Yeah. I had another bug and it's another story, but I was a big musician at the time and I wanted to move to New York and go to music school. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So it kind of changed gears there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
But I live vicariously through you. I mean, cause you're still the guy, it's awesome.
No. I'm just a guy. I'm just trying to record all the stories now.
I'm mini me. Okay.
Okay. I like that.
So,
man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was my favorite save though. And the great thing is that's not the way most of the saves were, but the point is most of the saves were people with rafts who just, they're just floating around and then they get caught into something and it's easy to keep the adrenaline down, because when people start panicking, you know what happens.
Oh yeah.
But so usually, hey, just hang on, and I always made a joke about it. Grab this buoy. Hang on tight. We're just going to go swim around a while. Hang on and I'll give you a tour,
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it was fun.
Hey, well done for a 4-year career as a lifeguard. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
It's so fun because it creates all these memories and just it's a time in your life.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it.
A good time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome.
So,
all right. So let me ask you this then. This will be interesting. I love asking people's advice as to what they would pass on to everybody. But so you did it for 4 years. So I almost want to, I want to tweak the advice to not only what would you tell anybody that wanted to do what you did and just do a 4-year stint, but is there any other advice that you pass on even now, now that you're older, with your career and how it's changed and developed, what would you tell people? A little bit of both.
So looking at it, especially when you're younger, you don't take things as seriously, which is good and bad.
Right.
But I would really look at it as not a fun summer gig, but this is an opportunity to learn leadership skills, to really learn and develop a good training regimen, including diet and everything, and just make it holistic.
Yeah.
And really think of the mental side of it, because ultimately it's all a mental game, right? I mean, at that age, you don't think it is, I'm
Right.
going to go get buff and I'm going to swim and, but no, I mean, like the example when I saved the 5-year-old boy, to see the terror in his eyes, if that was a 27-year-old who was freaking out, that would have been a very, very difficult thing to do. So, keeping the adrenaline, the mental game strong, would really help. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that answered your question, but
Well, let me ask you this. Would you have done it all over again?
I'd do it now if I was in shape.
Yeah. All right. I like that. All right. So would you tell everybody else? Would you tell others to do it, like as a way to grow? Like, hey, go do this or try this or.
Yeah, I would. But again, it would be making sure you have the right mindset. I mean, you could go and have fun at a small beach town and drink beer and do what you want to do and party. But if you really took it seriously, you could really springboard off that. You could do some things with that. I mean, like Coast Guard's a good example, maybe,
For sure.
You're already building the foundation for some of the principles that you need to move forward.
Yeah.
Working as a team. And then, like I said, holistically, all the other things you can get out of it. And like one of our guys, it was interesting. He loved the water so much, he became a marine biologist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I always loved to watch him, because when I'd see him on our days off, we were still at the beach. He was literally in the water, studying things in the water, looking at the organisms, anything, so he used it as an opportunity just to be closer to what he wanted to do anyway.
What a great idea. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Do you know if he was in school for marine biology or
Yeah.
is it okay?
Yeah.
So for him, it's like it's extra credit, whatever. He's that guy. I'm just playing. I don't want to pick on him. All right. I don't know.
Graduated in 1 year.
Yeah.
No.
Good for you. Man, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask one more piece of advice, because right now, you write curriculum for a leadership program here. So
Right.
is there something that you use now, like in your life, that you pass on to other people in this leadership role that you have now?
The main thing is just have the mindset, and the mindset is to learn from others.
Oh, that's good.
That's the thing. I mean, like I just had attended a 4-day course that we deliver because I wanted to see how it was delivered to participants. It was called 7 Habits of Highly Effective Individuals, in 7H. And just to watch how participants absorb the information, and then how the facilitator learns from the participants. That's the mindset. I could come in as the expert and go, look, I'll tell you how to do it. But really, most learning happens from the people taking the course.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, the main thing I take away is just be always open to learning from others, because you don't know you didn't know I was a lifeguard. I didn't know you were Coast Guard at first, right? I've learned a ton from you already. So you just be open.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Well, Will, I can't thank you enough for coming on and just sharing these stories. This has been epic for me. Like working out in the gym for as long as we have, and just lands into this where we get to share it with everybody. So,
that's
thanks,
killer,
dude.
man. I really appreciate you having me on. It's a lot of fun to talk about.
Heck
so.
yeah. And we got to get out of this country for a minute so we can go get a beer together. All right.
That sounds great.
All right, dude.
man.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here.
Go! Now, it's time for me to pull chocks and take off. But before I go, I'm always looking for the memorable rescues that people have done. If you have one that you're willing to share, or know somebody who has a story, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to highlight it here at the Real ResQ. For everybody that is standing by for that SAR alarm, remember, those in distress are praying for a miracle. They are going to get you. So until next time, fly safe and swim hard. Thank you for joining me today here at the Real ResQ Podcast, powered by Vertical Helicast. We'd also like to say thank you to our sponsors for this episode.
Switlick. No mission is the same. Why should your suit be? Introducing a new custom dry suit experience. Choose your fabric, colors, neck and wrist seals, zippers, pockets, collars, and so much more. Intelligent measuring prompts ensure the most tailored fit. Brought to you by Switlick Survival Products. For more information, visit us at www.switlick.com. Airbus. Airbus provides the most efficient helicopter solutions to its customers who serve, protect, save lives, and safely carry passengers in demanding environments. Its civil and military helicopters are flying all over the world, making missions possible. Visit airbus.com for more information.
And
Breeze Eastern. For over 80 years, Breeze Eastern has designed and manufactured battle-proven aerial rescue hoists, winches, and cargo hooks. Each product is carefully crafted to support demanding mission scenarios, ensuring the job gets done safely and efficiently. Visit them today at www.breeze-eastern.com.
every day, I get my buddy Scott's dog, Chase. Him and Rhoda are like best friends. They hang out all the time, and then we just hang out. We do our thing, right? Oh, buddy, that's right, we do. Now, every day I run him home, but I run him home on my bike. So, you guys get to see what I do with him and what he does for me. So, here we go. Here we go. Ooh. Go up front. This one. Hold up, Chase. Hold up. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, Chase. Don't you kill me yet. This way. Here we go. All right, so this is what I do. He's my little musher. So I got to give him a little bit of direction. We don't really take off until we hit the trail. So we're going to turn left. Turn left. There you go. Good. Good, good, good. There you go. There you go. All right, nice and easy. Come on. Come on. Easy, 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 easy. Easy does it. Easy does it. Easy does it. Easy does it. Turn right. There you go. Ready? Ready? Come on. Ready? Ready? Go. Go. Come on. Come on. Let's go, Chase. Come on. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on, Chase. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Chase. Yee-wee. Attaboy. Attaboy. Come on, Chase. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Good boy. Yep. Yep. Good work. There you go, Chase. Good job. Good job. This is the fun part right here. All right, turn right. Turn right. Yep. Yep. Ooh, buddy. Ah. Come on. Yeah, we got to make him work. Come on. That's it. That's it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Go a little further. A little further. A little further. That's it. Good job. Good job. Nice and easy. 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 Wait. Wait. Hold. Hold on. Coming out. Hold on. All right. Let's go. Come on. Ready? Let's go. Let's finish it off. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. That's it. There you go. Almost there. Good job. A little bit left. Come a little bit left. A little bit left. A little bit left. Don't run me into the curb. Oh. And slow it down. 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 Ah. Oh. And we did it. Oh, it's so funny. And that's our ride home. Hilarious. Good job, Chase. Proud of you, buddy.